right? Does that make sense? So that we can get the right view of what love looks like. Can I move on from here? Okay, here's another pitfall of being in love with Leah. Okay, y'all ready? It's the pitfall of projections. The pitfall of projections. Because once you get a picture, you get a projection in your mind. You start to say, it's going to be like this, and we're going to have this, and then we're going to have this, and we're going to have matching beamers. And we're going to have his and hers, this or that, his and hers, this or that. And it's fine. It's fine, but I want you to get in a space where y'all both get aligned for those ideas, because when we get into a place where we have projections over people, what we do is we create expectations that turn into limitations. Does that make sense? Because if they're not meeting those expectations, they turn into limitations. All of a sudden now, because I want to help you right here. Some of y'all want to be married to somebody who owns businesses, who makes things work, who's CEO level. But you also want him to always be with you. Well, that don't work. If they CEO level, he or she, I just want to be 100, I want to help everybody. If he or she, if she's CEO level, she's not going to have her quality time, not her love language. Maybe gifts might be, but quality time not her love language, because she's always trying to get it. She's always trying to build. And you want all the things, but those expectations might turn into limitations. You think you want to be married to somebody who's a builder or somebody who's creative, but you need to have a conversation with my wife where she can tell you, okay, but yeah, I got to fight for some things. I got to fight for us in certain places. She got to fight for us. She got to make sure I eat. I'll starve. I'll just be working and working and working. She'll say, have you eaten today? I'll be about to faint. Like, no, maybe that's what's wrong with me. Yes, that's what's wrong with you. You need to eat something. But you got to know, okay, I got to have the right expectations so that my expectations don't turn into limitations. Does that make sense? And then those limitations will turn into aggravations. Because now I'm frustrated about something. I loved it in one season, but I hated it in another season. I loved it in one season, but I hated it in another season. No, you got to be careful that your expectations don't turn into limitations that also turn into aggravations. Okay? Remember that the person you're with is not it's not something you bought on Amazon. You don't just get to send it back because you don't like what's in the package. Amen. Amen. It's really more like IKEA. Some assembly required. You need to make sure you got all the things. Don't leave that store. Cause the Birchnock, y'all don't know about IKEA because y'all ain't been there. Those names be crazy. Like, I got the Birchnock, but it say I need the Lestat to go with the Birchnock. You're like, what in the world? And you'll just leave there with the tabletop. And this is what we do at church. We say, oh, this is a good tabletop. You don't know you need the legs, the screws. You need the little screw things that go at the bottom that raise it up. You need all the things. You leave the store like, no, I got everything I need. But that's not how it works. Some assembly required. Somebody say some assembly required.